Hello everybody and welcome to the Halls of Music YouTube channel. Today we are looking at Swing 42 by Django Reinhardt. This song is a great song for beginner guitar players and beginner intermediate guitar players to learn a little bit about swing music as well as the forms that are associated with swing music like jazz. Okay, this form, for example, is an A-A-B-A form, which means the A melody repeats twice, so it's A, same melody. Then B happens, which is a new melody, and in this instance, a key change. And then A comes back again, same melody from the other A's. So you have A, B, A. This form repeats the entire time, which is what the improvisers use to launch their melodic ideas on top of this form. It gives them a sense of organization and expectation, knowing where things are going to be tense harmonically, where things are going to resolve, where the key change is and how you get to that key change, how you get out of the key change. All of these things are part of the art of improvisation. But the first thing that you've got to learn how to do is to play the chords properly, and to play the form properly, and to play the melody properly. So this track today focuses on the melody, straight ahead with very little ornamentation, and gives you chords that are actually easy to play. So we're going to use the same chord shapes for the A section as we do the B section. The A section is in C major. We're going to use chord shapes for C major, and the B section, when it goes A, B, it's in E major. Well, the same shapes that we used in C are going to be used for E. So it's going to be easy to move around on the guitar and make the harmonic changes happen that are necessary for this song to progress and have the proper dynamic and delivery. I hope that you enjoy it. Django Reinhardt's music is awesome, and he is a fascinating character. You should look up some of his history and the struggles and things that he dealt with as a musician to be successful are just astounding. And he overcame and became a prominent figure for guitar and especially jazz guitar. Alright, so as always, enjoy your guitar. If you like this video or enjoy what you see here on the Halls of Music, be sure to subscribe, hit the bell notification, and comment. That way YouTube will send out the videos for more people to enjoy. I hope you have a great day. Bye. One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, guys, let's take a look at the form of this song. The form of this tune is AABA. Now, what do I mean by that, AABA? Pretty much, you could sum it up by explaining it in two different ways. Okay, A is that's A. So you hear that 2 times. Second time through. This is the second A. I played it a little different. Okay, now we're going to go to B. B is this part. Still in B. Play it a little differently. And then there's a chord progression, takes us back to A. Okay, and that was the last A. So there you have it. You have an A, B, A. Okay, now let's take a look at the chords for A. Okay, so A has 2 chord progressions. Okay, I'm going to go over them quickly, then explain them in detail. We'll go over all the chords quickly. That's the first chord progression in A. You hear it twice. And here's the next chord progression. And then A. Okay, that's 1 time through A. Okay, it gets pretty confusing because there's so much repetition. It makes it difficult to follow. But once you get it, you got it, and it's not as hard to follow. It still can be difficult at times, but anyway, here we go. So A again, we've got a C6 add 9. Now here is a C major chord. Okay, we're going to take this where our 3rd finger is, put our 2nd finger on that C. Okay. But first, let me show you the rest of the chord. So 3rd finger on D, 1st finger is barring A and E, and then 2nd finger over C. Ooh. So you can add your pinky to that high note, but I don't like that, okay? I personally would not want someone doing this. It's just too bright to play melody on top of. I like this sound. It's just softer, and it's got some sort of meat to it, and it provides for a nice big foundation for the melody. So there's your C6-9. Okay? So the next is A minor 7, super easy to do. 2nd finger, 5th fret on that A. It's also going to mute the 5th string. Okay, so you can hear the 6th string, but not the 5th. Okay, your 3rd finger is going to come along and bar those 3 notes on the 5th fret right here in the middle, 4th string, 3rd string, 2nd. And I'm mostly getting the 6th string, 4th string, and 3rd. Now you can add this high note, but I don't like the way it sounds. Again, if you hear with someone trying to play rhythm while you're trying to play melody on top of it, that's going to be conflicting. So keeping it sort of mellow and punchy in the bass with some meat in each chord, but not a lot of like bell type tones. Okay, so all right, so that's your A minor 7. Now D minor 7, 2nd finger, 5th fret. Let's go from the top because it's easier to see. So 3rd finger, 5th fret on the 3rd string, 1st finger, 3rd fret on the 4th string, and 2nd finger, 5th fret on the 5th string. So these 3 notes, that's it. That's all I'm gonna play. I could add, this D, don't add the G. I could add that G, D, or that F if I want, or this E. Okay, any of those. I just like keeping it simple and having that nice subdued sound for the chords in the bottom. Okay, and G dominant 7, 3rd fret, 6th string, 2nd fret, 4th string, 4th fret, 3rd third string. I get that with my pinky. It just feels right. You could use your third finger. I prefer my pinky. Some people reach around and grab it with their thumb and do this. Like that. I have a lot of trouble with that, so I don't do that very much. Okay? Yeah. All right, so that's the first progression for A. The second one is an E minor 7 flat 5. So you have this E minor shape right here on the 9th fret. We're going to take that B, which is the 5th scale degree. We're going to flatten it and get that sound. Okay? So first finger, 7th fret on the 5th string. Third finger, 8th fret on that B flat. First finger's on E. Third finger is on the 8th fret, B flat. Second finger is on the 7th fret of the 3rd string, D. We're going to add this G up here with the pinky on the 8th fret. Okay, that's an E minor 7 flat 5, also known as an E half diminished. Okay, here we go to an A dominant 7, same shape as G dominant 7. And I'm just going to move it up to A. Okay, then the last two chords of this progression are D minor 7, which you can use your second and third finger here or third and fourth. Getting the same sound either way. Okay. And then G7 and back to the... Okay, that's progression number 1. Progression number 2. Okay, cool. So now let's take a look at the progression for the B section. Okay, this is where it actually gets easy. You really worked hard to get these chords. That's awesome, and you have them. Great. We'll just take that same shape that you did for this chord progression and move it up to the starting on the 7th fret. Remember the melody for the B section? So I'll try to sing it. Okay, sounds kind of silly, but you get the point. There's the chords, same shape. You know, you get what I'm trying to show you is that these shapes work for that melody as well. Okay, now, to be fair, if you go listen to the versions I've been studying the most is Django Reinhardt's version, with Stefan Grappelli. I don't know the recording, unfortunately, but also Gonzalo Baguera and Adrian Mognard. I study their version from their album Classico. And those guys don't use these chords in the B section, okay? And they don't always use the same chords for the A section. We're just trying to make it easy for y'all to have something that you can go to and grab for now. Plus, these chord progressions are really foundational for functional harmony, which is a large part of how jazz musicians think. It's not, not like a rule. That's why they call it music theory. But, it gives you some understanding of how this genre works. Really cool stuff. And let's move on to looking at the left-hand technique. Okay, so technique and style. Okay, so I do not profess to be a master of swing guitar. There are tons of other guitar players out there who are way better than I am. I suggest you go listen to them, watch their instructional videos, pick up tips from them. The more of those kind of things you do, the more of how you're going to grow in your understanding of the style and develop your own sort of sensibilities as an artist and as a musician. But I'm going to do my best to show you what I perceive to be sort of the basics. Okay, these are block chords. We don't have any open strings. Okay, and the guitar has to emulate the drums. Because in this style of music, for the most part, you see most guys playing with 2 guitars and a bass player. That's the rhythm section, all right? So the guitar is holding down all that. The drummer's typically going kind of stuff in swing music. That's a swung hi-hat or swung ride cymbal. And the guitar is doing that. So in order to get that, to get that feel, we got to have a married relationship between the right hand and the left hand. They got to be working together. First thing is pumping. Okay, some of my students have done pumping with Havana. Okay, you've practiced probably, if you're my student, you've probably done some pumping with Havana. Okay, this is the same concept. Every time you play the chord, it's sort of like a short, long, short. I mean, that's backwards. Long, short, long, short. So long, short, 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 long, short. And I'm doing downstrokes each time here. Down, 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 down. Okay, now to get that sort of swung kind of thing, I can get an upstroke in there for me that provides that swing. You speed it up, it starts sounding like the real thing, a little bit, okay? Admittedly, I'm still working on this. I'm still trying to get better at it. And so, this is to help my students, my beginner guitar students, get introduced to swing music, because swing music is so fun. And I think Django Reinhardt's music is accessible and friendly, especially when slowed down. So, go check out all these great musicians, all these great teachers out there of this style of music, and learn as much as you can from it. But for now, if you're my student, just long, short notes. Long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short. For now, okay? And you could do some short shorts if you want. You could pump, pump. But that long, short, long, short, long. That seems to get the swing feel going, okay? So probably in a year from now, I'll go back and look at this video and just cringe and go, I can't believe I was that horrible. And but I'm getting started and getting better, and I'm hoping that I'll that my students are going to get to see this and also benefit from getting to where I'm at and hopefully beyond. Hopefully they'll get better. Teach me some things. That'd be really cool. So hope you guys have a good day, and I'll look forward to hearing from you.